Hey, what's up, American history class? This is Chris, and welcome to day one of e-learning. I wanted to just send a quick message to say a few things. First of all, I really hope you all are doing okay. Um, None of us are doing great, um, but it's very important that we are all taking care of each other, taking care of ourselves, and that's why we're all staying home, right? It sucks, right? It's not fun, but it is important to protect the health of everybody. Um, that being said, this is a scary time, and it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be upset. Um, but first and foremost, I just wanted to, make sure that you could hear me say that I miss you guys and I care about you. You know, I didn't forget about you, and I'm not going to. Um, and there's a lot of people that care about you, so just keep that in mind. I can't speak for anyone else, but I care about you all, and I miss you all, and I can't wait to see you in person again. Um, until we do, though, we need to talk about why we're here and what we're doing and why it's important. This is American history, and so we're going to keep doing what we've been doing in American history, just doing it online. And, why is it important that we keep talking about the topics that we've been talking about? Well, this is a historic time that we're living through. And we have been discussing this term, some historically difficult times that America has gone through in our history. We started off this term talking about the Great Depression, and we saw how Americans, despite the difficulties, didn't give up, and we helped each other out, and we worked together, and we kept the faith that things would get better, and things did get better. And things got better in part due to bold government action through the New Deal, right? And then just before spring break, we started talking about the beginning of World War II, right? And all of these things, they're reminiscent of what's going on right now. It's a hard time. It's a difficult time. Everyone in the country is dealing with it. Everyone in the world is dealing with it. And just like in previous times in our history, I think we're going to make it, right? But it's going to be a struggle. And it's going to be something that you tell your grandkids about. And they read about it in the history books. So we're living through history right now. But we're also studying history. And like I said, we are studying World War II. And so you are on Blackbaud right now, watching me, right? And so good for you for making it to Blackbaud. How are you going to do your work on Blackbaud here? Well, there's instructions, I think, right above me, but let's take a look at it, walk through it real quick, just kind of get an idea of what the topic is for today, what the lesson is for today, how to do this, and how to do lessons going forward. If we go to that Blackbaud page I was talking about, that you are viewing, hopefully right now, if you're seeing this video, your Blackbaud page should look similar to this, right? It's got the announcement, it's got the message, right? Scroll down, there I am, right there. Okay? If you click on the e-learning instructions, you'll see this, right? There's 3 things each day that you're going to be responsible for. It's going to be assigned to you. You don't have to do all 3 of these things every day, right? But I'd like you to try and keep up with the work the best you can. If you don't get the reading assignment and questions done every day, it's okay. The due date for them is the end of the term, right? So you have time to get, caught up if you miss a day, right? If you fall behind, if you're just not feeling it for one day, that's okay. One thing I would like you to try and do every day, I'd appreciate it, for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is how we will be marking attendance and grading participation, is these discussion questions, right? Now, these discussion questions, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just your opinion. It's just contributing to the discussion, and it's just answering the question of the day, right? Talking about the topic that's important for the day. Those, will change every day. So if you don't do it one day, then you just don't get credit for participation points for that day. No big deal, but I mean, I'd like to try and get a good discussion going around the topic each day. So I'd like everyone to make sure you log in, make a contribution to the discussion question of the day. And then there's going to be a reading, and then there's going to be questions to answer about the reading every day. How do you get to these, right? Well, if you scroll up, you will see, I got a lot of tabs up here. You will have a bulletin board tab, a topics tab, and an assignments tab. If you click on the assignments tab, right, you'll see we have 2 assignments in here. One classwork assignment and one participation assignment. The participation assignment is the question of the day. So let's look at that first. Question of the day. What's the question of the day? How do you think the current situation is similar to what Americans faced during World War II? How is it different? All right? I don't know. I wasn't there during World War II, Chris. Yeah, but I mean, you could probably guess, right? Was it scary for people living in America during World War II? Did people lose loved ones, or were they worried about losing loved ones during World War II? Did people have to make sacrifices during World War II? Yeah, they did, right? You think, what we're going through right now sucks? I mean, again, try and put yourself in the shoes of someone living through that, right? Someone your age living in the 1940s, after Pearl Harbor, after we've declared war. And again, it doesn't have to be a long response to this question, just anything, right? You know what I'm going to say that's similar? We talked about this right before we went on spring break. Following Pearl Harbor, there were some people in America who chose to discriminate against other Americans, Asian Americans, Japanese Americans, even though they had nothing to do with Pearl Harbor. And unfortunately, I'm seeing some similarities to what's going on now with discrimination against Asian Americans. And I hope you're not seeing that, and I hope if you are seeing it, you're calling out people on it, because it's just like it was back then. It's not cool, and it's stupid, and it's not who we are, right? The difference is, this is 2020. This is not 1941, right? So we're better than that. And we're going to make it. That's another similarity. Just like we made it through the hard times then, we're going to make it through hard times now. Anything you put in, any kind of response in here is good, right? So that's how you do the discussion. Question of the day. Very easy, right? Add a response. I'm going to say what? Some Americans against which is really uncool. So I typed in, some Americans have chosen to discriminate against Asian Americans now, just as they did back then, which is really uncool. And I'm going to post my response, right? And so there it is, right? And you can do the same. Any kind of response you want to put, just put something, right? That's how you do the discussion questions. How do you do the assignment, right? Well, let's go back to assignments. And for the classwork assignments, you will always see the title of the section that the questions are for. And when you click on it, you will see something like this, right? Something like this. And when you begin, you'll see 4 questions, right? Now, how are you going to find the answer to these questions? These are in topics, right? If we go back to that topics tab, you see the 3 topics we've covered so far in this term. If you go to Americans in World War II, under topics, there's the pages from the book. And if we click on that link to the pages in the book, it opens up right here, right? And you'll see This is the section that you're going to read. It's 5 or 6 pages, right? Not a real long section. Read through it, get the information you need, learn about, again, how Americans mobilized for World War II. And if you scroll all the way to the end, you'll see these 4 reading comprehension questions are those questions you're going to answer online, right? And so that's how you'll submit your answers online. What I'd recommend is, doing it like this, doing maybe a split screen where you have your, your assignment over here. Open up your assignment over here, right? So now I got my assignment open in one window and my page is open in the other. So I can just read, find the answer, type it in, blah, blah, blah. And once you've answered all 4 questions, you can submit your answers. If you, get halfway through and want to take a break, you can save your progress for later, right? But that's how you're going to submit assignments. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, good for you, because I've been talking for a while. I plan to do these videos every day, but not this long. This was kind of just getting us started. But that's, I'm going to end it right there before I go too long. It's good being seen by you guys. It's good being back to work. I know it's not ideal, but do the best you can. And again, if you have any problems or questions, please contact me. I'd love to hear from you guys either through message or email, or maybe even, comment on the YouTube page for this video, like and subscribe. All right.